Okay, so we circle back to the leader of the house. Okay, what else is the foundation of a good home? How can a man who doesn't have a father, who's made mistakes, who hears your voices, now you move the anger, can now properly understand the language of love, that you're coming from a loving place. He understands. What's his first step?
Well, I believe in actionables. In fact, actionables is probably the word I type the most on my phone.
Actionable?
Yeah, maybe if I press A, actionable comes up. Because when someone tells me anything, my answer is actionable. So if they come along and they say, Andrew, the Matrix is attacking you. They're deciding they're going to print a new story saying you've done X, Y, Z, and you're going to be accused of X, Y, Z. I don't like, oh my God, that's terrible. Why would they do that? Pointless, completely actionable. What do we do about it? What can we do about it? If nothing can be done, then let's just put it in the this is going to happen bank and let's consider it for future moves and let's stop talking about it. If something can be done, what can be done? Who's going to do it? How long is it going to take? All I care about is actionables. So when I talk to people at home and I have all these young guys, I get thousands of emails a day, thousands of DMs a day. People go to my website, CobraTate.com, they message the live chat all day, every day looking for help. How do I sit and try and explain the very nuanced and complicated subjects of life and masculinity to 16-year-olds who I've never met in a nation that might be completely different to mine, geographically, politically, and socially? And I believe you do that by giving them actionables, giving them things you can do. So I sit here and I say, and when I preach the things I preach, I want people to understand why I've chosen them. I don't think anyone's life will get worse if they train hard and get stronger. I don't see how your life can detriment from that. Maybe you could find some extreme scenario, but as a general rule to everybody, go gym, you're a weakling, go get strong.
Yes.
I think that's a good general point. Same thing.
So first is to fix your temple.
First point, absolutely. The first point is to improve your body. It's the first thing you can do. So when you're asking me, the man who has no father and he wants to live a good, righteous life inside of his home, I don't know all of his background. I don't know his capabilities. I don't know his mental state. I don't know where he lives. I don't know anything. But I know that if he gets stronger, he'll stand a better chance of doing it. Because you also learn mental discipline by doing that, which is also a good thing to learn. When I teach people saying, listen, you need to go become as rich as possible, the reason I'm doing that is not just so that you make money, which is the time and energy of other people. It's also all the lessons you'll learn along the way. You're gonna learn how to manage people, manage staff, manage stress. You're gonna learn how to talk confidently and go to meetings. You're gonna learn how to be organized and on time. You're gonna learn how to be punctual. You'll learn a bunch of things if you learn how to make money. So I say you need to go get as much money as possible and become as strong as possible, because I believe if you do those two things and start to succeed in them, you can extrapolate and take all of the lessons from those two things and apply it to anything, including a relationship. It takes discipline for a relationship. It takes commitment for a relationship. It takes
People get lazy when they get in a relationship.
Absolutely. So if you're a disciplined person who always goes to the gym, if you're good at managing stress and controlling your temper from high pressure business meetings, both of those things will apply to your relationship and make you better at running a household.
100%.
So that's why I teach the two things I core teach. In fact, I teach three things, but I teach.
Well, even the body, just to circle back, you have muscles. I can see that. Did you ever feel pain from growing those muscles?
Absolutely, yeah, it hurts.
So that's also a factor of it, and I agree with you. I think a lot of people that feel like that once they take themselves from I feel like shit to like, oh, I feel fucking great, they realize they could put that energy other places.
Yeah.
So I agree with you.
Yep. And the third thing I teach, which I think is extremely important and lacking in the world today, is brotherhood. I think that men have always kept men accountable. You just talked about living in a house with 6 women and how it changed you. Imagine you lived with 6 warriors.
Destroyed me.
Imagine you lived with 6 men who were training for UFC fights. Imagine the men.
Dude, no, so this happened. I swear to you this happened. I told God, I go, God, I reflected, this is a problem. Randomly, one of my friends from Chicago, this is deep in the ghetto of Chicago. So when I mean a man, like you look at, he's 6'5", you look at him the wrong way, he'll eat you.
Yeah.
The energy he has is, I'm gonna get it done, my word's my word, and I'm gonna be at the gym at this time, I'm gonna be there, blah, blah, blah. He came in the gym, guess what? I can't miss gym no more.
That's right.
Why? What the fuck's wrong with you?
That's right.
I was up at 6, you slept until 12. You can't go to the fuck. And now I'm sitting here being like, yeah, he's fucking right. I probably should be in the gym. So it does push me.
Yeah.
It keep. You know what we need? We need I love when I play. I'm sorry, I'm losing the word. But when competitiveness.
Yep.
I love being competitive.
Absolutely.
I love being competitive.
Masculine accountability. And you know what else is with men? Because men are different than women. You talked about how you lived with women, they were all talking about feelings, etc. You know what's a fantastic motivator for men? Shame. I'm telling you now, it works. Shame. If I'm around my house and someone was getting fat and all of us were to go, you're a fat fuck, what are you eating that for? I guarantee they'd train. Shame works with men. And you talk about this, and this is the reason I promote brotherhood. The reason I am the man I am is not just because I'm so fantastic. It's because I, even now to this day, live with 6 men. I live with my fight coach. I live with my brother. I live with some of my old friends I've had for 20 years. We live in this big ass compound, this huge house. If I wake up and my brother's been training an hour and a half, I feel so annoyed and angry and guilty that I have to go and beat him now. So that competitiveness keeps us constantly at edge. People say me and Tristan are best friends and our brotherhood is fantastic, but it is based on competitiveness. But we don't compete against each other. We compete to prove to each other we're a good teammate in the battle against the Matrix.
How do you get there? Because I've seen a lot of men get torn up by that.
Yeah.
So how do you get to a healthy way where we're competitive, but it's not going to destroy our relationship?
Well, you have to understand that there's enough outside enemies. You have to put your ego aside and say, look, there's enough people who already want me dead. We're the same blood. Can't we at least unite against all the people who want me dead? I want you. I'm in competition with you, Tristan. I want you. I want to beat you, to prove to you I'm a fantastic teammate to you. As opposed to I want to beat you because I don't like you. And it's a different mentality. And we'll sit there, and my brother and I are in constant, endless competition, but it keeps us sharp. So masculine competition is super important, which is why it's the third thing I teach, which is brotherhood. You are the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with. If you find some guys who have their game right, your game's going to get straight. It's as simple as that. And I think if you take any man on the planet, in any situation, in any scenario, and you tell him to become as strong as possible because of all the lessons he's going to learn, become as rich as possible because of all the lessons he's going to learn, plus obviously being strong and rich are benefits, plus find a network of brotherhood of men who are accountable to themselves, and by extension accountable to you. If you're accountable to yourself as a man, you're also accountable for your friends. I don't want loser friends. I don't want dickhead friends. If I had a guy I really liked who started being a dickhead, I'd try very hard to fix him. And if I couldn't fix him, I wouldn't be his friend anymore. I'd say, stop that. We don't do that. Why are you doing that? What are you crying about again? Why are you acting that way? Come on, let's go train. I don't want to train. But we always train. Come on, let's go. And then after a while, I'd be like, he doesn't train anymore. Get him out. Bye. Go get eaten by wolves. That's the unfortunate reality of the world, because I'm the sum of the 5 people I spend the most time with. I don't want to wake up one day feeling terrible and going, oh, but he's missing today and I might miss today. His poison will get in my brain. I have to resist it. So if you get a brotherhood, masculine brotherhood, and you're accountable for yourself and for them, you're going to be able to do nearly anything. I've conquered the whole world with those 3 things. All I do is train as hard as possible, try and make as much money as possible, and I have men around me doing the same thing.
You train every day?
Every single day, 7 days a week.
You don't give yourself a rest?
0. I don't believe in rest. I rest.
Explain that.
I rest when I'm asleep. I rest when I'm sleeping.
Okay, you explained it.
Yeah, there you go.
That was so fucking quick. I didn't even, like, he's sharp, dude. He knew what he was saying.